One question quietly sits behind everything we've discussed this week. If astrology is real, if karma exists, then is my life already decided? Many people fear astrology for this reason. They imagine fate as a rigid script where effort no longer matters. But this fear comes from misunderstanding what astrology was meant to show. Today's video is not about planets or houses. It's about agency. Because if astrology removes choice, it loses meaning. And the ancient tradition never taught that. Fate does not mean everything is fixed. Fate refers to patterns that arise automatically when awareness is absent. Habits repeat, reactions repeat, situations feel familiar. This is fate in action. Not destiny imposed from outside, but momentum carried forward. Astrology observes this momentum. It does not create it. Understanding fate is not surrender. It is recognition. Free will is often misunderstood as total freedom. In reality, free will begins with awareness. You may not choose the cards you're dealt, but you choose how you play them. Free will does not erase conditioning, it works with it. The moment you notice a pattern, instead of reacting automatically, free will appears. Choice begins in the pause. Patterns repeat because they are efficient. The moon stores emotional memory. Saturn reinforces lessons over time. Together, they create repetition. Not as punishment, but as reinforcement. What is unconscious repeats. What is conscious transforms. Astrology doesn't cause repetition, it explains it. Reaction is automatic. Response is conscious. Reaction belongs to habit. Response belongs to choice. This difference is subtle but life-changing. Astrology helps you see where you tend to react. Awareness creates space, and in that space, response becomes possible. A birth chart is not a command, it is a map. A map does not force a destination, it shows terrain, mountains, valleys, shortcuts that collapse, paths that require patience. Ignoring the map doesn't create freedom, it creates confusion. Understanding the map restores orientation. Astrology is not about blame. Not your parents, not past lives, not planets. Responsibility means responding consciously to what arises. Blame keeps you trapped in reaction. Responsibility restores dignity. This is why ancient astrology was ethical, not fatalistic. When used consciously, astrology becomes practical. It shows where effort matters, where patience is required, where emotional habits interfere. It does not tell you what will happen. It shows how things tend to happen when awareness is absent. That distinction changes everything. Fate is repetition without awareness. Destiny is direction with awareness. The same pattern, met consciously, produces a different outcome. Nothing mystical is required, only attention. This is how destiny is shaped, not by control, but by participation. The classical aim of astrology was never prediction. It was what the sages called correcting man's angularities, helping life flow more harmoniously, helping choices align with understanding. Astrology was meant to mature the individual, not frighten them. When awareness enters daily life, even small choices change. How you speak, how you pause, how you respond. These moments shape experience more than events themselves. This is where astrology becomes lived wisdom. This week we explored the map, the players, the elements, the houses, the moon and Saturn. All of it leads here. Understanding patterns is not the end. Choice is. Your chart is not a prison. It is a guide. Awareness restores choice. Choice shapes destiny. If this helped you understand life more clearly, consider subscribing to Karmic Scripts. This channel explores astrology as structure, psychology, and awareness, not superstition. In week 2, we move deeper into patterns of growth. Understand your map, master your direction.